What's up, Nerf Herders? I'm Scott.
I'm John.
J-Bone.
Welcome to our spoiler discussion for Jurassic World. We were all very happy with this movie, so we're going to just talk about everything in this movie here. So, just starting off with the general plot here, you know, Jurassic World's a functioning theme park. John Hammond's vision has come to fruition, and just like any business, they need to keep attractions lively to get people to keep coming back and want to come and spend their hard-earned money. So, they decided to create these hybrid dinosaurs, the first of which is this Indominus Rex, which is a breed of T-Rex, Velociraptor, all these other amphibious creatures, which makes this thing basically just like a supreme dinosaur. The thing gets loose, havoc goes amongst the park, and you know we basically have a replay of what happens in Jurassic Park, but tons of tourists on the
way bigger scale because you have more animals involved with the breakout.
Exactly.
So
that's
movie,
basically
man.
the plot.
Yeah, it was killer.
Yeah, I think we loved it.
We didn't find out that it was. I mean, you can assume safely that it was bred with a T-Rex and a raptor. I even was like, well, it's T-Rex and a raptor bred. It looks like it's got the arms like a raptor. It's straight up. But then they don't tell you that. They're like, well, what did you breed this dinosaur with? Pratt's character says, well, that's classified. Like, we can't tell you. And they push it again later. It's like, we can't tell you. That's classified. And you find out through, right in front of your face when the raptors are sent to hunt out. It's like, okay, they're not attacking this because they bred it with the raptors.
Yeah, and then Pratt makes the comment too, where he's just like they're communicating with it, like that's why they wouldn't tell us because it's part raptor.
Yeah.
And then you learn that it's part, with like the frogs or whatever.
Yeah, well,
like
they used all sorts of
amphibian,
DNA. So they used the frog DNA. They used fish, like a specific fish.
Yeah, exactly.
And they used a lizard, like a specific lizard. So they used like the lizard had the camouflage.
And they bred it to be huge too.
Right.
Huge, which they said was going to be 50 feet long, and it wound up exceeding their expectations for it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really cool too. Bryce Dallas Howard's character is basically the one overseeing everything on here, and I loved how we got to see the business aspect of things, where it's like, here's the people that care about the dinosaurs. Even the guy that took over for John Hammond. He was more about, no, let's make sure that people are having fun, but she was all about the numbers, and we need to keep the satisfactory rate, which is like the low 90s, and
all
these
data
things,
sheets and analyzing and analytics. It's like, no, are they having fun?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
It was interesting how they made the point, too, where it's like, kids look at dinosaurs now, and they're not scared, they're not excited, because this is just normal stuff now. And
yeah, that was
cool. That we
cool.
see it through Ty Simpkin, the younger brother. When you see the original Jurassic Park, we're living this for the first time, rather, with these dinosaurs. You can't recapture that, so you're seeing the excitement through this kid who's obsessed with dinosaurs, which I thought was a really good way to still bring that excitement factor into it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Theme park attractions. Well, first off, theme park attractions. God, dude, this park, I got out of the theater and I was like, I want to go here on vacation. Like, this is how tangible it felt. You had like a Ben & Jerry's, Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville, which, by the way,
I saw that there.
the scene where the pterodactyls fly in and start getting all the people. The guy running out of Jimmy Buffett had 2 margaritas all in his hand. That was Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's so many
They
cool
did
parks.
a very good job of keeping it.
IMAX was there. Did you see the IMAX?
Yeah. They kept. They
Yeah.
did a very good job of kind of blending it with the old school from Jurassic Park of what it was, kind of like, but then almost like a new school, like just the feel of a theme park, because then you had the fucking the dude who was working the gyrosphere, and he's pulls out his manual. He's like, we're closed. Technical guys, I just work here. This pimply pimply dude.
It's like that code red you never expect to have to deal with. It's like, wait a minute, this is what I'm supposed to do now.
Yeah. That was cool. I like little things like that.
I love that kind of. It just
all
made
like
it
the
feel
rides
very
and
realistic.
stuff, dude. The gyrosphere ride,
it's awesome.
Like canoeing, with Stegosaurus and Brontosaurus is chilling right along the side of the little river.
And then even that little, almost like the extended Jeep ride with all the Gallimimus.
Oh, yeah.
Very similar to that scene where they're,
Oh, extremely reminiscent.
I was like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Another scene that was almost kind of similar to the first one was the pool, the big shark megalodon type thing. And then when they're like, hey, let's take a look at what the megalodon does underwater, and they lower it the stands
yeah.
and the thing. It reminds you of the first movie when they're all in the ride and they're like, Dino DNA, and they're like, can I get out of here?
It's kind of a ride.
Yeah, it's kind of a ride. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that dinosaur. I was so stoked when they showed it in the trailer.
It's like Mesosaurus or something.
Yeah, dude, it's so cool to get aquatic dinosaurs, man. Like,
that's what I was really happy about. They actually included that here because, like, when you go to like museums and stuff, you see like the aquatic dinosaurs were like much bigger and more brutal than any of the land animals
they're
of their
huge,
time,
yeah.
and that's like how you get still like crocodiles and sharks because those are descendant of those animals back then. So it was so cool to see like an aquatic one.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
how
absolutely.
I like how they like basically showed you the true size when it just destroyed that great white shark. You know?
Oh yeah, it was
like,
insane.
Oh my god, this
like
thing's huge.
completely engulfed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought the dinosaurs.
It was
Okay,
very,
so the Brachiosaurus scene where the Adonis was like killing for sport, Chris Pratt and Howard's character like actually were touching the dinosaur. I was like, okay, thank you. Like, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to see. I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
see physical touching. You know,
well, that's why I thought the petting zoo part was like really just really a smart move.
Oh,
Like, really
yeah, that was
show
super
that like
cool. And going out like riding on the back of
interaction.
a baby triceratops. and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
oh, the petting. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what?
It's like
yeah.
it's like really cool to see humans interacting with them. You know,
Yeah.
that was my favorite part about the originals. Was like that whole scene with the triceratops.
Oh, sick and
Yeah, and they're like
poop
actually
scene, yeah.
touching this triceratops, and it just shows you like I don't know. That's my favorite like part of it.
Well, because it creates that emotional connection
Connection,
between
yeah.
beast and human.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Which is really, it's nice to have that, dude. Was it Brachiosaurus or was it Brontosaurus or Patasaurus? I think it was a Brontosaurus
Well,
or
the
a
Brontosaurus
Patasaurus
was
maybe.
the Brontosaurus.
But
Was
the
the
way-
big long neck one.
Yeah, but the way like its eyes, the way they put it in its eyes, you saw the tear coming down. I mean, dude, like that like hit home
Yeah.
almost. It was just like,
Yeah,
oh
very
man, this
sad.
poor thing, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, it was extremely reminiscent of the Triceratops scene.
and they can't even defend themselves because they're
Oh, exactly.
Well, they're veggie
herbivores.
eaters. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have no chance. And going back real quick before we get into all the dinosaur stuff, we got to talk real quick about that first scene when they show up on the island. The John Williams theme kicked in.
Yeah.
and
on the boat.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like when you relive this excitement through this kid's eyes, and you had the original Jurassic Park theme going, and you see him running around, he's freaking out, and then right when he opens up the blinds, and you see what Jurassic World is, and right when it kicked into like everything, you know, crescendos.
God.
Dude, who was?
Yeah, it hit- it
were you
hit
guys
right there.
crying? I was
Yeah,
crying, man.
I was tearing up. I was like, this is
shaking.
This is everything I've wanted, man.
I was
I've been
shaking
waiting my
out.
whole life.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Jurassic Park when I was a kid. I think I saw it when it came out, not in theaters, but when it came out on VHS.
I saw it in theaters, dude.
Oh, yeah.
fucking-
I was 6
Oh,
years
yeah.
old, and I was just like, this movie is my favorite thing ever. Like, I'm playing with my dinosaurs and all this shit. And then it's like, I've been waiting 22 years for something just beautiful like this, and they brought it back perfectly. And I love how when they're going into the park, it's like, these are the original gates.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh yeah, when they went through on the little tram.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
These are the original gates,
Oh
man.
my
was
I
like,
mean,
gosh.
what better way to suck you into that movie, dude, than the original gates and then the music and everything. It was just like boom, and like immediately you feel like you're right back there.
oh yeah. The part where she's giving him the data analytics and all that stuff, and he's trying to fly the chopper, and he goes towards the island. He goes on that the original waterfall scene, where the original helipad was. I was like, oh my god, like this is like I'm like a kid again, dude. It
was killer.
Very, very awesome how they tied everything together.
A lot of people are knocking this shit though. Like real quick, like a lot of people are not like, it was all right, it was okay. It's like, and I wrote on a comment of one of this YouTuber, and I said, for all the people who didn't see Jurassic Park in the '90s as a kid for the first time in their lives, like I would understand you nitpicking some of this shit, but for me, like all these memories flood back, and I truly felt like a child, like watching it for the first time again. Like this movie was fucking like it hit home.
Yep.
Like this is what we deserve.
We'll touch base on it a little bit too, because I saw it with Riley, who's my 10-year-old daughter. For people who don't know, and I definitely want to touch base on that too, because it's different seeing it older than when we were kids seeing it for the first time. To see her see it. I mean, she's seen Jurassic Park and all that, but for her to see something like this in the theater, first time this is coming out, it was a whole different experience for sure.
I think Chris Pratt killed it.
Oh, dude.
Phenomenal.
He was awesome.
I thought he was great. I thought the super great blend of that comedic role but also just the seriousness and him. I just love how they just kept bringing back the idea that these are like living things. They don't know what time they grew up in. It's just the same thing as the first one, man. The same shit that the original scientists were all saying to Hammond. Like, these are living things, and they have no idea what century they're in, and they're going to fight and live and survive how they have to. It's exactly what Chris Pratt was saying the whole movie. These things are living things. They're smart, and they're going to survive how they need to. And it's exactly what happened with I was just like, this is awesome, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, thank you.
Y'all gonna learn your lesson?
Yeah, like you're basically like just kind of reiterating what Steven Spielberg was trying to say. In the first movie.
Absolutely.
And I thought that was perfect for them to do that.
Absolutely. Well, how about Bryce Dallas Howard? Like, her character development throughout this, when the movie started, I was like, man, she's going to be one of these stuck-up, prissy women the whole movie.
Yeah.
But, I mean, literally, it was each time she was on screen, she kept developing more and more and more, and you got to learn more about her. She had more heart to her. It's eventually to where she just took control of the situation, you know, by the end of the film. I was like, dude, you are an extremely likable character now.
Yeah.
They really did a good job developing her throughout this movie.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I love how she took the reins, and I love the whole throwback with the flare and the T-Rex. It's like, this is how we got the T-Rex to, like, you know, kind of come this way, follow me with this red flare, how Malcolm did it, and she's doing it now, and she's, like, sacrificing her life to, like, bring it out and, you know, save her family.
Yeah.
So she ended up being kind of the hero more than Chris Pratt.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
She took the reins at the end, which was awesome.
Which was, very cool.
Open paddock 9.
It's like, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so cool, man. Because you knew it was coming, dude.
Yeah.
As soon as the Dominus Rex got, I mean, we all thought it before the movie started, but as soon as the Dominus Rex got into the park, you knew it was coming. And we're gonna talk a lot about that in a second here. Did you guys like the kids? I really liked the kids.
Yeah. I was surprisingly, I liked the kids. Didn't think I was gonna like the kids.
I didn't either.
From the trailer,
I was like, eh.
I was like, these kids are kind of just not believable for me. It's like, I'm not really into this. But they didn't really have much of them talking in the trailer. You just had stills and like little shots without audio for them. But actually seeing their development, I liked it. They were good.
Yeah. No, I liked them too. It kind of reminded me of like the first one where you had the kid who's like the nerdy love for dinosaurs and like the girl who, you know, just kind of...
Well, their bond grew.
Yeah.
You know, like in the first one, you have the girl and the boy and their brother and sister, but they don't really have much of a bond. They're fighting the whole time in the beginning, you know, talking
Nitpicking,
doing their thing, and then they have to be out in the wild, and they finally start surviving, and like that whole scene where they're eating food together after he's been like electrocuted and stuff, and they're kind of like smiling, and it's like their brother and sister come together. That's how I felt with this, because the whole beginning of the movie, the older brother is kind of a dickhead. He's just like, screw you, like I just want the women, you know. And then they finally came together when they were like, we have to survive together.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
Like,
it was
awesome,
a very believable
man.
sibling relationship.
I really liked how they did that.
Yeah, definitely. So we talked about the theme park stuff. So as far as the dinosaurs in here, for the most part, it was all dinosaurs we've seen before. They were all CGI'd. I think the only animatronic sequence was with the Brontosaurus.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything else that I noticed that stood out. How did you guys feel about the CGI in here?
I thought it was good. It was better than I thought it was going to be because the trailers didn't make it look that amazing. But that's just because I'm watching it on my TV at home.
Yeah,
when I saw it in the theater, I was like, okay, this blended a lot better. So I liked it a lot better. I thought they should have used more animatronics in scenes that they didn't necessarily need to use CGI. For example, the kayaking down the river with all the stegosauruses, you could have had animatronic
you can go the extra
stegosauruses.
mile for
Yeah.
that.
You could have had that. You didn't have to have CGI because it's not like they're doing all sorts of wild crap. They're just sitting there, you know, eating their food or whatever. You could have done it with that. You could have done it with a lot of different scenes.
Even scenes with the raptors and stuff.
Yeah.
Like when Chris Pratt was, had to go into the... Even before that, you could have easily done animatronic raptors for that whole sequence.
Yeah.
Oh, and where he's feeding them, where he's throwing them the frog.
Yeah,
snacks?
when he was like,
and the pig and
training
shit.
them and showing, demonstrating
you
everything.
could have done some
They could have
animatronics
easily
in
done
there,
stuff
definitely.
in there. Yeah, that was the only thing as far as visuals that bothered me at all. And the thing that was nice was the CGI didn't take me out of the movie or anything. It wasn't like, oh man, like this isn't doing it for me. It was still like awesome, but the animatronics would just heighten that experience even more.
Yeah, the animatronics. It's like, I mean, you basically just said it right there. But shit, I'm losing my mind here. I don't remember. Yeah, it's just that's what I was gonna say. The scene where the I-Rex breaks out Pratt covers himself with gasoline.
Oh,
The
that was
fat
awesome.
security guard hides, and they're looking at each other. That scare factor of like the dinosaur like walking.
Well, putting
and
its nose up to the car.
Yeah, like that
sniffing.
things. Like
I was
I'm like, okay, yeah, you're CGI, but damn, that's fucking believable.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
so good.
absolutely. So yeah, let's talk about this Indominus Rex. So I mean, this is a brand new created dinosaur for the movie.
Yep.
Dude, I thought this dinosaur was awesome.
I loved it. I thought it was very well done. I thought they didn't try and make it too crazy like in number 3, where you had that like Spinosaurus thing, where it just kind of was like, eh. Like, I actually thought this was a believable looking dinosaur. I'm happy they didn't make it like some just insane thing, you know? Like, it didn't look out of the ordinary. It looked like it could be a real dinosaur. So I like that.
It looked like a legit breed between Velociraptor and T-Rex. You
Right,
know what I
and
mean?
it
Even with the little flares coming off the back of the head and stuff like that. Like, we saw the raptors like that in Jurassic Park 3 and stuff, so...
It was very believable for me. I liked it.
I thought it was like legitimately menacing.
Yeah,
like,
and
legitimately.
I loved the twist. Like, it was just such a perfect timing for that twist where they go hunting for it and it just starts communicating with the raptors. You're just like,
yeah.
oh, yes. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I agree. I mean, it was like it was scary, man. Like, you actually felt a sense of fear for once. Like, I didn't feel that in 3. I didn't feel that in 2. 1 is yes, but like in moments.
1 scared the crap out of me with the raptors.
The
Like, where
raptors.
he's hunting the raptors when she goes to, turn the power back on and he's just like...
Yeah, that scene.
And then you just see the raptor come out of the... I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. Where he's just like, clever girl.
You know, they did a good job
scared the crap
recreating
out of
some of those
yeah.
moments, man, where you can, like, it was tense.
Yeah.
Well, I loved how they did it. I don't know if you noticed, but they did the attack patterns the same way they talked about it in number 1.
Yeah.
Where you're not getting attacked
yeah.
from the front, you're coming from the sides.
Yep.
And every attack on those like Marine guys, those troopers, every attack came from one direction of the side. It never got attacked front. I was like, that's so cool that they're like still keeping to that original, like, this is how raptors hunt in packs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they distract you and then they come at you from the sides.
Yeah. No,
That was cool.
No, absolutely. So let's get into this for a little bit, the InGen side plot thing in here. This was my only complaint with the movie that I was just like, I really could have done without this being in here at all, or at least not being drawn out like it was. So InGen, essentially, they're working with Henry Wu, which was basically behind creating this Indominus in the first place. It just mixed all sorts of things in there. And the whole thing behind this is this sociopath character who was just not even a likable character, wanted chaos, so he could just furthermore try to get his own agenda pushed across. And it played too much into the movie to where, like, when Chris Pratt takes the Raptors out, I could have seen him just finally being like, you know what, like, I've got this bond with them, I trust them, we're going to go give this a shot, as opposed to, we're doing this regardless of what you say. And it's like, well, all right, well, I'm going to go out with them then if I have no choice. Like, I just didn't like that little side plot.
They could have kept InGen in there, not so much as we're some, like, United States, like, outsourced private military force. They could have done it as, like, we're employed by the stockholders of Jurassic Park or Jurassic World to step in if shit hits the fan. Like, we're here to help if shit hits the fan. Not like we're some secret military plot to, like, send raptors into the caves of Afghanistan.
And that's kind of like
what they
did.
It's kind of what they did.
It was very much like, this is not believable. Like, if Jurassic World was a real thing in real life in this day and age, not one single person would sign off on it being acceptable to send a raptor to do warfare. You know what I mean? Like, that just would not be a thing. You would never see someone do that. You know what I mean?
Well,
I think it's just kind of crazy, like, that they would even try to hit that peak of, like, this is... I don't know. I know it's a fake movie. It's a movie. I get it. But it's like, that's way too far-fetched for me.
They're going to do it for the sequel. That's because he mentioned, he's like, you imagine these bad boys on the so-and-so island?
Well, that's
there's your sequel. Like, there's your hint at, like, doing that.
Well, that was the thing. And
he's got the embryos. They got the embryos now.
No, exactly. But I could see it if Chris Pratt was like, listen, I got these raptors trained. We can't track this thing at all right now, so I'm going to take these raptors out to track them down. That's one thing.
That's
but
more
this whole
believable.
idea where it's like, well, all these people are dying on this island, so we're just going to try to prove that these raptors can do the job. And it's like, try to make good out of it. It's like, I don't know, it just went too far, and I hated that character. It was Kingpin from Daredevil.
Right.
And I honestly, I don't care for him that much in Daredevil either, to be honest. I can't buy into that guy as an actor, I guess. But I just hated his character, and it wasn't because the movie was telling me to hate him. I just did not like that character in the movie. From the first time they showed him on screen, he's just kind of walking around, just like, hey, guess what, Chris?
Yeah.
It's like, no, I couldn't buy into that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you kind of need it though. You kind of need like that annoying villain that's just there to piss you off, like as a viewer, you know. But like,
I didn't mind. I didn't mind him as a villain, and I didn't mind Injun coming in with like the whole military guys going after him. Like that was cool. That was fine for me. But like, they didn't need to put the whole thing like we're breeding raptors to like fight wars. That's just stupid. Like, you could be doing, hey, we're a security team that's employed by the stockholders of this company, and we're going to step in and take over when things need to be taken over. Similar to how like in Avengers or Winter Soldier, S.H.I.E.L.D. authorized that, force to come in and take over the control room. Remember that part? Like, something like that would be more believable than just like, hey, we're breeding raptors so we can send them into war. Like, it's stupid. I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't.
It
a big
didn't
fan
bother
of
me
that
that much
subplot.
because I was so like happy with the movie that I was like, whatever, I don't care.
Oh yeah, it did.
I'm ignoring this, like whatever.
It didn't take away from what was going on, which is awesome. It's just
When
they
you
kept
think about
going
it-
back to it too much.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I don't care about this. Just get back to
Yeah.
what I want. Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, the kids, as Indominus Rex is loose. That's what's important.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
care about this other thing, but I think that they threw a little thing in there to set up a sequel.
Right.
Because now that's somewhere they can take
Well,
it
yeah,
now.
because
There's
Injun
your
took all the
sequel, yeah.
embryos
There's your
and they
sequel.
took Michael Wu
Yeah.
out of there or whatever his name is, right?
Yeah, Dr. Henry Wu. Yeah, they're not gonna make another park. Like, we're not gonna get Jurassic World 2 where they build another park.
Right,
so
no,
they need
no,
to
we're
set
on,
something else up where they kind of like plant the seeds where like, hey, we kind of alluded to this. This is where we're going.
yeah.
But
I'd be interested to see where they go from here.
yeah, let's just real quick touch on a couple of these throwbacks here. How awesome was that when the kids stumbled across the original
Yeah,
original
that
park?
was my favorite
Oh,
throwback, dude. Because you have the banner on the floor,
Dude.
I was just
Yeah.
like,
Oh, man.
Yeah,
and
the
then they
banner,
use
yeah.
they use the dinosaur bone from that original erected, skeleton or whatever.
Yeah.
The one
to,
where
to light up the flare.
where the T-Rex threw the raptor into
Yeah.
the,
Yep.
Yeah, so you had all that. You had the old merchandise. It just, it was so cool. It was
Oh yeah,
so
when they
cool.
pulled out the little goggle thing.
Yeah.
goats, the
that was
goggles,
cool, man. The
Jeep. I
goggles.
like them like hot wiring the Jeep and getting out of there.
Yeah.
It just felt so like
It's just throwback, man.
Guys,
It's
yeah.
nostalgia.
It
like,
felt
it's just
real. Like, it wasn't forced into the plot. It's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is actually here because we're on the
Yep.
same island. It's everything felt natural to it.
it's so crazy how much like they stumbled on the original visitor center where that's where John Hammond had it, and like the Jurassic World like theme park is like way over there.
Yeah.
It's like crazy to think that,
No, absolutely. And then we were talking about earlier, there's like that quick little snippet with Mr. DNA on there.
That was
Yeah.
so cool.
Which was so cool, dude.
yeah.
Dino,
Immediately
yeah.
saw, I was just like, Dino, DNA. I was like, oh,
And
yeah.
then, dude, one throwback that I love, dude, was in the gyrosphere. When that Indominus Rex was attacking it and the kids are screaming, it's crushing into the glass. That was straight up,
that's
dude,
the
with
throwback.
the T-Rex, man,
Yeah.
coming out on the kids when they were in the Jeep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So good, dude.
I honestly thought when they were walking around, they found the old visitor center. I thought they were gonna like look up and look on the ground and see like that overturned like old vehicle,
Oh,
like
yeah.
from the original or something, like something like
Overturned old vehicle.
you know how like they were in the overturned vehicle and it got kicked into the tree and then it fell down through the tree when
Oh,
they're trying to
yeah.
escape and it's just kind of sitting there overturned.
Yeah, that'd been
Yeah.
cool if they
I thought they were going to see
stumbled
something like
across
that, like and while they're on their little safari in the woods,
Yeah.
like when they went off to the back roads.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
okay.
cool. A lot of throwbacks to John Hammond. They got that statue that they built of him, which was so cool. They never focused on it, but
was
you
just
just see it in
always
the
in the
background.
background.
I was like,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
there, we know.
You had like the Hammond Center and all that. It was
Exactly.
Just, yeah, but it was never like Hammond Center. It was always just in the background. But
Yeah.
never seen.
That was cool. And Dr. Henry Wu, like we have already mentioned, so cool, dude. That
I like that he was a
BD1 came
bad
back for
guy.
that. Yeah,
I think
exactly.
That's cool.
Man.
Well,
I
even
was
even
like,
in
dang,
even in the
little
first
bastard.
movie, man, like when he was saying that they were breeding Velociraptor, you could almost tell even then he was kind of looked like, listen, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's
It was like, don't tell
snooty.
me.
Yeah,
That's crazy, dude. Yeah, I like
too
that.
cool.
So yeah, a lot of cool throwbacks. Let's talk about this final battle here real quick before we wrap this up. We'll say we already talked about the Raptors when they first sent him out. So after that, and like Indominus becomes the new alpha, we get dragged back to the visitor center where the Raptors are about to take out Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas and these kids and stuff. And he has just enough, man, where they recognize that it's him and they kind of snap out of this little thing and they accept him again.
Right.
And then Indominus shows up, dude. This was an awesome ending.
The Adonis comes in. The Raptors take charge. It's no contest. She basically just destroys Charlie, Delta, and Echo. And it's like fuck, like that, fuck, And then I mean, you want to talk about T-Rex fucking unleashing now, or?
Oh yeah, dude, let's get right into it.
Yeah, so
as soon as that kid's like, more teeth. I was like, I was like, all right.
Yeah, T-Rex. The scene where, she opens
Take
up
my money.
Paddock knife, she opens it up, and then she lights the flare. You see the red T-Rex eyes. I was just like...
You hear that little growl, like that, just that rumbling, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like...
Yeah. I lost it on the inside. Things about the T-Rex, obviously she's a lot older. She looked thinner, almost way past her prime.
Scars, you
can see the scars.
Dude, I love how they had that on
her skin change was actually older. Like, when you watch the original, it's like real dark brown, this and that. This one had like shades of gray to it. And then when it's so crazy. Easter egg. The scene where she's waving the flare and she throws it towards the I-Rex, and the T-Rex comes in and they show a front camera shot and it's like boom, it busts through a skeleton of the fucking Spinosaurus.
Yeah,
cool. Which is like basically it's like fuck J3, JP3, fuck that movie.
That was amazing. Dude.
And then you got your battle. Yeah. And it's just
very
like
cool.
The T-Rex definitely had a lot of good blows. You can tell that she was the experienced fighter. She was the more experienced fighter, and she was just basically just like, who the fuck are you? Like, this is my island, bitch. Like, I'm the alpha here. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? But she got overpowered, she totally got overpowered. Like, this thing was
fucking long arms, man.
And the arms. And it's just like...
Well, that's what I thought was cool, though, is like, you have... She's old, she's kind of getting her ass kicked by this new breed. And then, here comes Blue... like pops in and it's just like, all right, and it just charges and it dives on him, and then it's like, okay, so you have a hybrid that's half T-Rex, half Raptor fighting a T-Rex and a Raptor, and like, we're the real deal, like we are real DNA animals. You are just like a freak of
test tube bullshit,
scientific craziness.
Yeah.
Some people trying to play God. We're like the originals, and like they just. That's so cool.
Well, you know what it reminded me a lot of was like Rocky Balboa, dude. Where it's like Rocky's not in his prime, but he's fighting. But he's fighting this dude in his prime, and he held his own. Ended up losing, but held his own, dude. And that's exactly how I felt, dude. Like the T-Rex totally held its own, and Dominus Rex just started to get the edge, dude. And the Raptor came in. I kind of laughed, dude. Like, it was almost, you're so epic into it, but that scene was like that slow motion with this praising music.
Yeah.
You never would expect a Velociraptor to be this slow motion. Like, it was like, oh my god.
Well, the funny thing is, you mentioned Rocky because I mentioned Rocky, and it was that scene in the last Rocky film where he's just like, "Hey man, do you think Balboa can take this current champ out in his prime?" He's like, "Oh, in his prime, he'd kill him."
Yeah.
Like, the T-Rex in JP1 would fucking destroy the I-Rex now. It'd be like, dude, bitch, what the fuck are you get the I mean, when the scene where like the T-Rex was like down and you could see the look on her face is like, well, like if I'm gonna die doing what I fucking love, and that's like defending my land. Like, give it to me. Like, give me your fucking best shot. It's like my heart was just like, boom.
Well, that's what I love was like, it's like this park of like these natural creatures. Like, they were, they grew up in like test tubes and labs, but like they're all natural, like they're what was created millions of years ago. And it's like them, all of them against this just freak that they cooked up, you know what I mean? And that's why I love at the end how the aquatic monster just comes up and grabs him like, you're coming with me. Yeah. And just drags him down in the depths of hell,
I liked it, but I
was like, thank you. Like,
I wish the T-Rex would have gotten the last blow. like the last final like bone crunch, death kill, and then been like, you know, I'm the fucking alpha bitch. You know,
for sure. But I feel like they gave it enough, dude. Because this is how it all played out for me. T-Rex is down, dude. Like, Indominus is about to just take that blow, and she's just kind of like, you know what, man, screw it. Velociraptor comes around, saves the T-Rex essentially. They start battling and stuff. They get the upper hand. Back this Indominus Rex up, dude. Where it's like it's game over, dude. Like T-Rex and Velociraptor, just like we got you. You're like you're done, and it's like it would have been over regardless. You know what I mean? Like they already proved their point. So to give that last blow, I was okay with it because it was super unexpected.
And that's what I liked the most about it. Boom! Like you were just like, holy shit! Like you were not expecting that to happen. Literally out of nowhere.
Oh yeah,
I loved it. I kind of expected because it was on the edge, and it's like, is that the pool? And it's just like, it's either gonna get pushed into water.
It's all shit.
It's either gonna get pushed into water and it's gonna eat it, or it's and before you're even thinking about it, it's like it's being dragged into the water.
It was like Jaws jumping on the boat, dude.
Yeah, it's exactly what it was.
Straight up, dude. Taking out Quint, man.
Yeah, I didn't even fucking think about that. Yeah, it almost is kind of like taking out Quint. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, if you wanted to go that route.
Or like in Deep Blue Sea, taking out Samuel L. Jackson.
That CGI bullshit. It's just like this blur pixelated fucking shark just taking out a blur pixelated fucking.
Now we gonna get out of here, and we gonna survive.
No, it was a good
the
movie.
final, like what I
say.
love though was when the raptor and the T-Rex look at each other. The raptor takes like 2 steps back, and he's just like, "Yo, like, it's like you said, Whiplash. You know, it's like a perfect example. Like the ending of Whiplash. Like, I hate you, you fucking hate me, but I respect you, and like, well, I respect you for saving my fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's just that nod of approval.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
we're gonna go our separate ways now.
yeah.
And then they end the movie, dude. Thank God, dude. They end the movie. He's just like that pan down there zooming in, dude. T-Rex just comes its way, and they spin all the way around it, dude. He just like looks over his glorious land. He's like, credits. Like
Old
Oh my
scars,
God,
new
so
scars.
awesome.
Who gives a shit? That's the end right there, dude. God, I love that movie, dude. It's so good, man. Was that movie not fucking awesome? That was
dude.
prime
That was
awesome, dude. That's
That
a
was
summer.
awesome.
That's a summer fucking blockbuster. Dude.
yeah, dude. I love it. That's
Like I said, Age of Who? Age of Who? Exactly.
yeah. That's my favorite film of the year so far, man. I
It's gonna be
liked it
that.
over Mad Max, and I liked it over Age of Ultron.
Yeah. Yeah, Mad Max was fucking awesome, but damn, dude, Jurassic
this
Park
one
always
blew
holds a
it out of the
special
park.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be this until Star Wars. So
Yeah, and then so last thing, just to touch on this, I said I was going to do this. Seen this with Riley, dude. So when I first saw it, I was 7 in the theaters, 6 or 7, and I remember sitting there, man, having like that wow factor and stuff. And that was the first time it came out. She's already seen the movie and stuff, so she was like just excited for this as I was. And there were moments, man, that like she was clenching onto my arm, just like with excitement, just like freaking out. And as soon as that kid, dude, when that kid was just like, more teeth, she grabbed on, she's like, Dad, you're gonna get the T-Rex. You're gonna get T-Rex.
Yeah.
This dude, literally, it's like that whole ending sequence, man. She was just like freaking out, kicking in her seat, and I was just like, dude, this is how I felt when I was a kid, and that's how that movie should make you feel. I mean, that's a stamp of approval right there.
That made me feel. Yeah, when he said
I was doing that, dude. I'm in my seat and I'm like,
Yeah.
there's some girl sitting next to me and she was giving me this weird look, like, why are you moving around so much?
Exactly, and that brings me back
Mind
to
your business.
That brings me back to my original point. It was just like, okay, you're like how old? 17? Like you weren't my age when you saw JP1 in '93 at like whatever 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck off me. Like if I want to move around and be fucking excited as a middle-aged adult, like I'm gonna be excited as a middle-aged fucking adult.
Yeah.
Like shoo, like get out here. And I was, dude. I was like when he was like, we need more teeth. I was like, there you go get him, go get her. Like go get, she's in Paddock 9.
No, that movie to me is the definition of like the perfect paying respect to an original that was a classic and a great movie.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I mean?
still doing your own
Still
thing where you're
doing-
not trying to be that movie.
Exactly, and that's what I think everything should be. If they're gonna bring back this shit from 20 years ago, do it like this, where it's like respectable. You know,
Now,
you're not butchering it.
where will they go now? It's good.
I think what we already said, dude. Like they left it open with Dr. Henry Wu and stuff.
They're gonna do something with their.
They're
genetics.
gonna create dinosaurs. It's
Who
gonna turn
knows?
into like some kind of militarized.
One thing for actually movie making. Obviously, they did not to strive. Trying to think of cool words to say. They annihilated their box office. Projections.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like takes that money, dude. Go the extra mile. Ring people back in for a sequel because we don't know what you're gonna do.
Well,
like
Chris
you
Pratt
said,
signed on.
yeah, okay.
He's already in.
So Chris Pratt is in. So it's like, okay, if you're not gonna do a Jurassic World, whatever you do, number one, don't kill off fucking Rexy. Don't kill her off. Like if you do that, you're gonna bomb, and people are gonna hate you forever. Like just don't fucking go there.
I don't even think we'll go back to the island.
Okay, and then number two,
Yeah, like,
okay,
who knows
so if you
what
don't go back to the island, take the money you fucking made and that you are making currently and will be making probably past $1 billion and do some real fucking animatronics beyond the Brontosaurus or Brachiosaurus, whatever you did. Do like, the Raptors and the T-Rex, like do
How
like
cool would it be if they had dinosaurs
Force
roaming
Awakens
the world again, dude?
Yeah, what Force
like the
Awakens is
DNA
doing.
gets out and it starts to manifest.
See, that
dude.
would be cool to me. Is like similar to how the end of Lost World was, where they bring the T-Rex to the real the United States,
Yeah.
and it's just
San
like,
Diego.
Oh my god,
San Diego Bay.
This is what happens when dinosaurs are roaming the streets. Like, I don't know. I'm not really excited about another Jurassic Park until I see something that
Yeah,
make
it's
me
so
excited.
it's so hard to get excited
I
thinking
can't-
about.
Yeah.
This has to be done really carefully.
I can't
and
think
in a
of
good
anything
way.
that's going
Has
to
to
be
be
like,
done
oh
carefully.
my god, this is amazing. Like, I'm going to wait until they start doing stuff with it and then make judgment, because right now I can't fathom a movie that'll be good. And it's
Yeah.
I worry that it's damn, we had a really good movie here. Now we're just going to go try and make money. Because that's always happens.
Can you imagine
Every
if,
damn time they make a good ass movie,
they hatch
come up with
a
bullshit
T-Rex
at the
egg.
end,
They
you
hatch
know?
a T-Rex egg, and Chris Pratt, like Hammond said, if you had then they hatch, I'm like the father or the mother figure that they first see when they get hatched, and then they get remember that line in the first one. It's like, imagine, I'm just going off fucking this in my heart here, Chris Pratt T-Rex gets born and he's like, well, I'm gonna train him. And he's gonna he's like a T-Rex trainer, dude. Can you imagine
like
that
the
shit?
Godzilla cartoon that followed the movie, where he raised the little one.
Can you imagine that shit? Go get him! It's fucking, I don't know. I think it's a
we'll
little
see.
it's too far fetched, but
Jurassic World rocked though.
Hell yeah, that
fucking-
was awesome.
fucking
It was
awesome.
killer. It was killer.
I hope that they break $1 billion.
Yeah.
I hope that they pass. I hope they kill it, dude.
this
only-
movie's making bank, dude.
The only movie that can kill the record that they broke is
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars.
dude.
I think Star Wars will too.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so too.
The only thing that's going against Star Wars is the time it's coming out, but it's Star Wars, so
You know what though? It almost doesn't even. It's totally off topic. Doesn't even fucking matter because people are going to be camping out that Wednesday, that Thursday, probably that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. You're going to be camping out despite the weather, despite this, despite that, because it's
we're gonna be out there in the blizzards,
Star
dude.
Wars.
I'm just gonna be at the mall. I'll just sit in the fucking mall, dude.
Yeah.
I'll be on mall
Yeah.
if we're gonna go see it at that nice AMC with them recliner chairs. I'm just gonna sit in the mall food court for 2 days. Go sleep in my car, come back.
Yeah. Oh, that's coming. That's what's next.
Yeah.
That's the next big bad.
Well, you know
bad.
what's tight?
man.
You know what's tight about that AMC in Vernon Hills is when you buy your tickets, you have a reserved seat.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I did for
it's-
Poltergeist.
So we don't even have to camp out. It's I have my seat. Get out of my
We could
seat.
do that too.
Get out of my seat. Yeah, that's true.
I bought this 2 weeks in advance. Get out of my seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about it.
you know.
Cross that bridge when it comes.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, I give it a
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. Sorry, Jurassic World. I give an 8.9 out of 10. I give it 8.9.
I give it 9.5. That was damn near perfect for me.
Yeah, I'd go solid 9.
All right.
Solid 9 out of 10.
The only reason I say 8.9 is because I wish the T-Rex would have had the final blow, and maybe the subplot thing going on with the InGen shit.
That's the only reason.
A
That and the
little bit there.
animatronics. I would have loved to. If they had animatronic dinosaurs.
Yeah, and the
dude,
animatronics. Yeah,
That would have definitely done a little more, but
8.9.
I can live with that.
Fuck, I'll say 9. 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's fucking.
Hell yeah.
It's killer, man. Let's do it to it, Lars.
Jurassic World, that's it, guys. That's a spoiler discussion. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check us out on Facebook.com/Nerf Herder's podcast. And if you have seen Jurassic World, leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought about it. And did you see Jurassic Park when it first came out, or is this kind of like your first big experience in the theater for this? So let us know how it differed seeing Jurassic Park in theaters originally, or if this is your first time seeing a Jurassic Park movie in the theaters. So thank you guys very much for watching. Until next time, keep on Nerf Herding.